I am here this afternoon with Nitia Musico.
Yes.
And we are at Monsters on Main in Denison, Texas. This store is so fun and so amazing. And I really want Nitia to tell you all about how the store came about and what she has to offer for everybody here in the community.
So I'm actually an upholsterer by trade. Started my business. I apprenticed as an upholsterer in England after college.
Oh, wow.
And then once I came over here, I started my business in '94. My husband and I moved up to Denison in 2013. Had a whole bunch of furniture in here that I'd either reupholstered or custom made. Downtown wasn't booming quite like it is today. So I was a bit more high end than some of the junk shops downtown. People didn't really come in. So I had a store full of furniture, not many customers. And so on Main Street is our Halloween event. It's called Monsters on Main. All the stores hand out candy for the kids. Not a Halloween kind of girl, not a scary monster. So I did my version of monsters. Cute little friendly things from my upholstery fabric remnants.
Right.
Did some window displays. Did that for several years, and one year it just took off and went crazy. It kind of went a little, helped me move along a little bit more when Denison, part of the Main Street program and Denison Development Alliance, sent some of the other business owners on Main Street to a destination boot camp in Colorado where we learned how to be a destination. So when I went, I was, I had a successful upholstery business, but I had a storefront that really wasn't doing much.
Right.
And I wanted to be part of downtown. So I didn't really know what I was going to get out of the course. I was kind of nervous, but once I was there, I'm like, Monsters on Main. I can use my fabrics, really go with the monsters. And so I have all this fun stuff in here, but when people come in and they realize that I'm using the fabric remnants, oh, you do upholstery. So I can help anybody with their upholstery needs as well. But also, along with Denison sending us to the boot camp, I also got a grant from Texas Women's University, a sister program, which they had sort of started during COVID to help businesses along. So that really helped me transform the upholstery. I got new signage, I got a whole new bunch, some inventory. I like to bring in other people's work as well.
Well, I can remember when you were in upholstery business, and I mean, that's all you did.
Yes.
And I would come in and look at all the beautiful things you had here.
Thank you.
And I know you're very talented. And so, like, this monster is one of your monsters. It has a name. Its name is Trip.
Yes, we like to name all our little monsters.
And so, is all of this fabric your remnants?
So I do have samples from others. There was a couple of stores that closed. Well, some designers have given me some fabric samples, and then also there was an upholstery store down in Dallas that closed not long ago, and I was told he had the bigger hanging samples of fabric, so I went down there and I got 8 55-gallon trash cans full of fabric. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Some of those fabrics I'd actually used before on some of my projects, but I know, like this fabric, I did some pillows for somebody. So it is nice to look at the fabrics and remember what I did. Sometimes I feel bad for the monsters, because sometimes if I wasn't, not that I wasn't happy with my work, I just didn't like maybe the piece that I made for the client.
Right.
And so I don't like the monster because I don't like the fabric.
It was made to their taste and what they wanted, and not what you
It's not the monster's fault.
Yes. But I think this is just such a cute way, like they have different numbers of eyes and different kinds of hair.
And actually this hair did come from my grandmother. Remnants from her sewing stash.
That is so cool.
So it's sewing in the family for years.
Yes, yeah. That's really cool. So we're sitting here with a group of monsters. What are these called?
These are little bowling pins. So apparently there is a Canadian game of bowling which only has 5 pins. So 5-pin bowling. These are weighted.
Yeah.
Actually, these ones are weighted with pinto beans, but I've done them with rice before. We had made this monster and it just looked quirky, and we decided it looked like a bowling pin. So we made a bowling pin set. So this set is all the same front and back, except for the eyes and stuff are obviously different.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do all different fronts and different backs, and it's good enough for a toddler to play with. Also, you know, on the weighted aspects of these, I've had a lot of parents and teachers of special needs kids who like the weighted stuff. So we have actually gone ahead and made some monsters specifically for them that are weighted and have a whole bunch of different textures on the monster, which really helps them and their learning and sort of sensitivities. So that's kind of fun.
This is so nice because, you know, plastic bowling pins, they go flying when they hit them, and I'm sure these just fall over,
yes,
right?
they just fall over.
That is
They're just fun to lay around. Have as doorstops when your kids get older.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do all sorts of different monsters. We started, actually, these little ones behind us, we did start doing those as dog toys, and people wanted them for their little babies. So we got some different, they don't just squeak, we got some rattles and some crinkly stuff in them, and they really are just adorable. Or just have a little monster on your desk at work.
Yeah.
We sell to all ages. This is not just a kid's store. We had an older gentleman one time come in. We thought he wanted a little monster. He bought the biggest monster that is in the back of his RV traveling around the country somewhere. So wave to him when you see him.
Is that so he can drive on the
HOV lane?
Yeah, the lane where you have to have another passenger.
Could be, who knows?
That's funny.
And
do you have games?
Yes, we've got games. We do like books. So, you know, we try and find the friendly monster books. We do have some games and stickers and keychains. So we try and have enough, but everyone can leave with something. But what I have in sort of searching for monster stuff, there are some other craft women out there who love happy, fun monsters as much as I do. So we've got soaps, we've got felted keychains, we've got some glass jewelry, night lights, got some leather earrings now.
Do you make the backpacks or purses? Or
no, I don't. Somebody else. And we had a lady who, up in Wisconsin, I think, she made the most beautiful monster purses, and she's gone back to making wedding dresses.
Oh.
Make monster purses, way more fun. So we try and I recognize the other women. I don't claim that I've made that stuff. I want to support them. So if I found them on Etsy and their sites, you know, feel free to go purchase from them, because I think I would rather support them. And, you know, it's nice to have other products in my store, not just my stuffed monsters.
Yeah. Well, I have bought monsters and taken them to grandchildren before, and they're always a big,
thank you.
And then I brought my some of my grandchildren in last summer, and first they were like, what is this? You know, like, but they saw your picture with the monsters on the sofa, and then they were like, oh, these are toys.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, I love it when little kids come in, because sometimes they just squeal with delight and they just run around, and other kids just want the monster ball or the monster keychain, and their parents love the monsters because I think they can see the creativity in them. Then other little kids, you know, gather up 15 monsters and cannot decide which one they want. So it's fun seeing that.
Well, it took me a while to find my monster. I had to keep looking until you had one that was the colors that I wanted. And but I guess I could have said.
But we can do custom-made ones. So in the custom-made, kind of two ways we do it. Some people like to bring in a drawing, and then they'll just let us match the fabrics, or they can come back to our fabric swatches back there, samples, and pick the fabrics. Other times they just want a specific color, and they may like a monster shape that we have already in the store. You know, it's not going to be exactly alike, sometimes, sometimes the shape is dictated by the size of the fabric. Other times we just love a shape and we keep making it.
Yeah.
So really, we can do custom, and like I said earlier, I've done some special needs ones which are big. One had 6 legs with each little foot had a different rattle and texture on it.
That is really neat, yeah.
So yeah, definitely we can do that, just as we can custom make furniture and cushions. We can custom do your monsters.
Yes.
So
okay,
it's fun.
Well, you need to be sure and come visit. Come to Denison, come to Main Street. Main Street's growing, it's amazing. It's got lots of neat businesses and places to eat and drink. And you have to stop by Monsters on Main. And if they're not open, you could even look in the windows because she has great window displays.
Thank you. And you won't miss me. It's the biggest sign on Main Street.
Right? And it's a big, tall, high sign. This morning when I was setting up, there was some little kids walking down the street with their family, and they were squealing, and it made me feel so happy that they I enjoyed.
I wish sometimes I could just record the sound as soon as they come in, but it's like they're already in and squealing before you can get up. But it's so nice that people are happy when they come in. And actually, somebody told me one time, after I sort of transitioned into my store into Monsters, like, you just seem so much happier now.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm like, was I that grumpy before? But I kind of did get to where I was looking at the same pieces of furniture because, people liked it, but it was the wrong color or something. So the turnover is a lot quicker. So, if you like the monster, buy it now.
Yes.
And we do have everything online as well. So if it goes in the store, it's also online. So you can do in-store pickup.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you could ship it too.
Yes, we can ship as well anywhere. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for visiting with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for featuring me.
I couldn't wait to visit with you because I just love the store.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.